course, keeping the water going down and going through that driveway pipe, it's just going down the road, and it's just, more and more, as long as heavy rain is there.
We're a team.
This is a little better showing the concrete, where they poured the concrete down through this. But legally, I mean, we went on a problem putting asphalt here, but we can't get off down there now. No, we're problem.
Did Keith go by and look at that other?
Oh, which one?
One that's, settled, one that's settled on Parkwood, he go by and look at that? Right there by my house.
Oh, I've looked at that one, why? Yeah, we need to put a little something on top of that, but it may be we need to get more than just our mix on that. You just put, like putting a Band-Aid on a scale, it'll come off, you're not sealing it. And it's what it's doing is it's settling. And then, but when it settles, the asphalt crack, and then you get in the traffic goes over, it's a little bit of.
I just know it settles too much, that concrete crack.
We need to put something on. Hey, Sissy.
How are you? Now you know I'm gonna give you a big hug.
How you doing?
I'm good, you?
Yeah.
Good. I tried to pull him out, he wouldn't come, he lazy. Hi, ladies.
Hello, how you doing? How are you?
Yeah, he's lazy, I tried to pull him out.
He ain't working today?
He's on vacation.
Oh, wow.
You know, his second job, they shut down for a week. And he's sitting there with his feet up. But you know, I ain't gonna force him, he's a lazy bum. A working lazy bum. I see you going to the meeting. No. Oh, I didn't know. He said every time I try to call him, he don't answer me. You wait till I see him. I don't know why he ignored me. You gonna be out here Friday, huh? Friday, you gonna be out here?
I can see I got my sprinkler down.
I didn't tell him that. What you feel about it?
They don't plan on reading it.
Oh, are you? Like I said, so she doing good.
Those are counties separate than just a building.
He went to get her out
They,
when they were
he was
released.
not there.
When he emptied his pockets to go
That's what I'm
and
saying.
pick up the drugs. So he went to jail. They went down to Texas, Texas, and tried to do
I don't think they can have something, but we have some stuff. I tried to
something
put
he
some
can't fix that.
building permits and actual new road. I think we have this book. This, yeah. A month or two, you got all that, he was 20. And you can look at that, but he didn't file. But then you read that back,
First
you
now,
told me.
I might be right. It's like we were talking.
If I think we broke out flood, I would never had this whole thing.
And then when I had somebody who was really aggravated, I got plans.
However it works out best for you. Took me off a little bit because you got, this one's just for the month and then they're in line together. Just trying to get
I did.
How you doing?
There's not just, is there your husband or what?
So basically you got the month.
I saw down there, see where to stop and beer.
Oh, yeah, he helps our.
Are you over there?
Okay.
I don't go there. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
I got the sick of sometimes. I get my gas down there. That's it.
Trying to figure out where you make it. It's simple for me, but I do it, that's what I do, it's something else.
Yeah, I guess it's April, cause she's there, she's gonna go down there. He goes, "He's gonna go there." Dino and Randy, and sometimes James and John and all that. And then,
If you do month reports, all you gotta do is go
Johnny Wilson,
to the section
they all
one.
hang out down there.
That's gonna be once per month.
It's not all, it's not, they go to the Depot to eat. But,
So in that one, when they took all your seats in there, you run all the guys down the road.
It's 69, it's like that.
Remember?
oh, yeah. But anyway, they down there. They got a bench out there, then they got places to sit on the inside too. They got booths in there.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, she makes biscuits and stuff, I think. I think it's pretty good. I don't know, it's really
Not
nice.
bad.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
I like make sure you really know what you want, and take it in.
It's April,
I'm just trying to figure out the time frame for this.
like I say, Charlie goes down there sometimes.
Down there, you know,
Not anything.
Johnny Wilson, you know, guy below me.
I got. And I don't know.
Oh, just now, did I get pictures?
My alarm, I might have had it in the county, and I may have not had it. He's not.
That was Monday.
They just give me an idea of what's good.
Today is better than.
I think the rest of me, this was like, actually, well,
What's the deal with the city attorney? What's the deal with the city attorney? We have anybody in mind?
Sergeant Johnson, bad enough for one. You been to murder, this is really from here, the court, you ran away back.
Call the meeting to order. Opening prayer, Mr. Parker, if you will, sir.
Father, we come before you again tonight, just to thank you and praise you for who you are. Thank you for loving us, providing for us. We can continue to pray for our nation, our president, our city, our councilman, our mayor. We just pray that you'll give them wisdom and knowledge and lead us in a direction that pleases you. We ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Face the flag, salute, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Cook, here. Councilman Crump.
Here.
Councilman Torrey Richards.
Here.
Councilman Ray.
Here.
Mayor McIntyre.
Here.
Councilman Chapman absent.
Okay, now I need a motion to adopt this agenda we have in front of us.
I make a motion to adopt the agenda we got in front of us.
I second it. Any discussion?
Yeah, as continuing on, since, December, like I still have multiple unresolved items that have been requested repeatedly. So completion of the city handbook, the Argo sewer franchise, employee pay raises, the sinkhole, water capacity operations plan, financial reports, the city organizational ordinance, the water department budget, capital improvement plan, the reserve, having a reserve fund, and sewer improvements that all have been continued to be left off the agenda. We only have really 2 items on this agenda, and so I'm not sure why items continue to be left off, because these are items that need to be worked on.
Okay, the franchise agreement, the mayor and Argo and I met last week and we're working on that. And, water, Keith is working on that. We don't have an update from him yet.
The water budget,
No, no. We had a budget meeting last Monday, you didn't show up.
when did you send a reminder?
You was, forget it, man. Everybody else was here.
I wasn't here. Set it up during the day when everybody's at work, pretty convenient.
No communication? All right, well,
It was put out 2 months ago.
Actually, it changed
They got
twice. You
rescheduled.
wasn't here one time when it changed.
It got rescheduled again.
all right, so I make a motion to amend the agenda to, could someone get some batteries or another mic? My batteries are dying. So make a motion to amend the agenda and to include employee pay raises, the sinkhole, the financial reports, the organizational ordinance, and, capital improvement plan, the reserve fund, and the sewer upgrades to the agenda.
Okay, you made the motion. You second,
I'll second.
any discussion?
I mean, these are all items that we need to work on. It just, we gotta do the work, put in the time, and put in the effort to get it done.
Any more discussion? All in favor of? All opposed? Okay, we're gonna move on, former business, Chief Fields.
Sir, yeah,
I made a motion, you second.
Okay, all in favor of? All opposed? All right, we're gonna move on, former business, Chief Fields, Street Department.
A couple of meetings ago, I was asking, I was trying to get the old, orders amended because we've been having a lot of, problem with parking throughout the city of Margaret. And, last time Erskine was here, he said that he wanted to get some more things, so I actually talked to him about it. And the, proposal he recommended, I added to this, to my amendment, and basically it just cuts out, the 48 consecutive hours parking on the roadway. It mainly says no parking on the city right of way, and it cuts out everything else. It only applies for the subdivision. So I'm hoping I can go ahead and get the other amendment, that should cut out some of our parking problems. So,
Okay, I need a motion to amend the ordinance on prohibiting parking on all street right away.
I think the city attorney needs to look over this before we do this. Got a lot of spelling errors.
actually, the city, well, it was given to the city attorney, but by him, he's not here now. But he told me what I need to put, and now we having problems every day with the parking.
Mayor, can you explain the process of, passing an ordinance?
You don't wanna do it?
I want you to explain the process of.
No, you just don't wanna do it, man.
No,
Tell the people,
I've asked you.
tell the people You don't want the chief to do his job. That's what it all boils down to.
I'm asking you the
No,
process. for
that's
passing
all
an
it
ordinance.
boils down to. I'm not gonna argue with you.
No, there's a process for an ordinance that requires a public hearing and, a vote after the public hearing. It's just a simple procedural process, and I'm asking you to make sure that we follow if we're gonna modify an ordinance.
Well, here's the problem I had. We got a fire up in Brookhaven, okay? And if we needed an additional fire truck, they could have never got through because people's parking on both sides of the street. Now, we gotta step up and do something. We got to have something done now, because the people that's talking about the parking, they can't even get the driveways.
The legal precedent for an ordinance to be modified and passed is to have a public hearing, to let the public get their input, and then we vote on it after the public hearing. For an ordinance, it's basic parliamentary process. It is.
So, shoot it down, so when something happens, I can, put it back on.
Schedule the public hearing, and let's have the conversation and then the vote. It's parliamentary process, it's in the handbook,
I mean, which handbook?
the mayor and council handbook.
Because we got 4 different handbooks.
No, the mayor and council handbook, there's one.
So basically, you don't want this to pass, correct?
No, that's not what I said. I said, let's follow the right procedure.
I just wanna make sure everybody know that I'm putting the best foot forward, and this is what I have to do. I get shot down
There's
because
no
of
shooting
a
down.
couple of people don't like it.
There's no shooting down. To pass an ordinance, it requires public notice, public hearing, and then a vote after the public hearing.
We've been dealing with this for over 6 months.
Exactly.
I mean, but it's not like something new that, I mean, it's just an emergency today.
No. This is not the first time I brought it up though. And I was told by the city attorney that him look over. The stuff he recommended, that's what I put in.
Has he looked over this?
He's not here no more. So I supposed to stop my job because he's not here no more? I'm asking.
No, you're not, because I was here when that was discussed that night about the parking, and I have a problem with parking and all of that, so that's incorrect. No.
Okay, chief. I mean, you don't want.
It's not about, it's about the Alabama
Okay, we're
law.
gonna move on.
No, I'm still discussing.
You
Alabama
can't
code
keep
section.
discussing all night, man. We done with you.
No,
We're moving on the agenda.
You're not listening to the process. I am
No,
moving
I'm not
forward the
gonna,
process.
no,
I'm
that's
gonna
all you
explain the
want to do is
process.
argue.
No, Alabama code 1145-2 says that it has to have it be publicly read and have a public hearing, and then you can vote after the public hearing. That's how the
Same
ordinance
token,
is.
what's the process when people over there complaining about parking and you tell them that I can't enforce the laws? Is that a process?
Like, I don't know what you're referring to.
Well,
but-
you remember a couple of councils ago, where there was parking on Hathaway and Kincaid,
Chief, we not gonna go back.
and you made a point, you said, I cannot write ticket, I cannot enforce the law because the streets have not been taken over by the city. Did
It's
you not say
obvious,
that?
his motive is to disrupt this meeting. Okay, we're gonna move on the agenda.
No, I've got a motion to make about this. So, I make a motion that we call for a public hearing for this ordinance and give the public a chance to hear it and to speak on it, and then we can vote on it. Like I say, there is a process. All we have to do is follow the process.
If you look at Facebook, people are already talking about it.
Let's call the public hearing then. So I make a motion that we have a public hearing for this ordinance.
Matt made a motion, need a second.
No time frame on this that you have?
I don't have a time frame, I'm just tired of the citizens complaining to me about the parking, and I can't do anything about it because I can't
Matt
get.
made the motion, I need a second.
The only thing I can see on this though is like Christmas time and birthday parties, so on and so forth. There's gotta be a time period allowed.
Even with that being said, Councilman Ray, it's officer's discretion. If people have a barbecue, we're not gonna enforce that. We just trying to do something now so we can get the ball started.
Did you say cars for more than 48 hours?
Well, that's the old. They said,
Okay.
they contradict themselves. They said at first you can't park on the city right away, but then they turn around and say you can't stay at least 48 consecutive hours.
Okay.
Now, if you got a fire truck trying to get somewhere, we're going back to these 48 hours, we have a problem.
Matt made the motion, I need a second.
So then tell me what I have to do to.
Motion died from lack of a second.
So who doesn't want to do this?
Wow.
You? Okay, moving on. New business, city attorney, resignation.
Okay. June 17th, 2025, Attention mayor and council members. Reason resignation, City of Margaret. Dear Mayor and Council, after much personal deliberation, I believe a decision is required concerning the current state of affairs with the present political environment within the City of Margaret. This city has held a special place in my heart as I began municipal prosecution here in 1988 on Saturdays with Judge Jerry Tucker. The town has become a city, and with growth comes more complex issues and hurdles to overcome. It is obvious that my position with the current administration is loved by some and despised by others. Therefore, to avoid further petty distraction, I believe it is in the best interest for everyone that I resign as general legal counsel and allow the council to obtain legal counsel, whom all officials can trust and respect. I strongly encourage the council to move forward to adopt a budgeting process and to plan for the future water and sewer growth. I appreciate the opportunity to advise this city and hope that my performance has contributed to the city's growth. Best wishes to the residents of Margaret, Alabama, as they deserve good leadership which this current council can provide. My final advice is for the current mayor, council, and department heads to all work together to make Margaret a better city. This resignation will be in effect June the 20th, 2025. Sincerely, Erskine R. Funderburg.
All right.
So he delivered that Tuesday after the council meeting.
It was told to give to you Wednesday when I sent out the text. That's when I was told to give it to the council.
But he delivered it Tuesday. That's what he told me.
Okay, moving on. Approve the minutes for 6/17/2025. I need a motion to approve the minutes as written by the city clerk.
I make a motion to table these minutes until the creative additions are removed and all the details are added that are missing.
What is that?
So in the front, it talks about, quite a bit about the witness case that wasn't mentioned by the attorney. And then in the back, in the user comments, there was some details left out about the Woodland Ridge drainage overgrowth. And then there was the comments about, comments and questions pushed back to me, and they were revised and changed in the minutes, and then it left out my response to those accusations. And then at the very end, the last comments were also cleaned up and edited versus what was actually said. And so, until, if we're gonna, if we're gonna say it, tell the truth. So if we're gonna put it in the minutes, let's make sure it's true. So motion to table it until they can be corrected. We got a recording if anybody needs to go back and watch it.
Okay, Matt made the motion to table it. I need a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of it? All opposed?
I have to say I wasn't here.
Okay, that concludes the agenda. We'll open the floor.
Start with the council members.
All right, Matt.
Yep, so it's come to my attention that, we have not paid our invoice to the Regional Planning Commission of Greater Birmingham. And so, they sent us an invoice back in September of last year for $3,089, and it has not been paid. So, I'm just bringing it up now so we can get it paid by the next meeting. We also still have that outstanding invoice from the animal clinic for $12,000 to take care of the dogs. Has not been addressed yet, has not been paid.
Where did you get this information from?
I presented the invoice to the council,
from that,
from the animal clinic months ago.
who gave it to you?
Like, I went down there and talked to them.
Why they didn't send it to the city?
They did.
By you?
What was the process, chief?
Like I explained to him once before, I was told by the district attorney's office to take that bill down and give it to him, they would put it in gap files, but Councilman Torrey said he's not gonna pay me fast as, if we just go ahead and send a check.
We asked them to keep the dogs, they took care of the dogs at our behest, and like we should be the ones getting paid back by the criminal, not the
Why ask you
business.
again, if that was who's in my shoes, what would you have done for the dogs?
I paid my bills.
No, you said you built a fence around Old City Hall.
That's what you say, what now?
I said I paid my bills.
Okay. You done?
Well, obviously, I'm still waiting on my information request that I made 2 meetings ago and last meeting, as a council member.
Ain't this a meeting set for tomorrow? Can we pick up that tomorrow?
That's not my whole information request, and that meeting is after I've been denied multiple times.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, you're feel free to email me that information, it's perfectly fine.
Anything else? Good enough. All right. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, we all reports except for the water report.
Just have to get it. I didn't know it wasn't in there. We'll get it to you, John. Anything else?
Just the drainage issues we got all across the city. I mean, if we provide numbers for these people, to contact these people, even if it's our problem, if it's not our problem, we still need to call them and address the issues at the end of the day. I mean, it's not fair to the citizens for us to just ignore these people and not talk to them. I mean,
Oh, I didn't know they was being ignored.
The gentleman right here in the front row has come multiple times talking about the clogged drains, and we've got pictures as of 2 days ago, and grass is about 6 inches above the curb. Like, he's been here and addressed the issue multiple times and summarily ignored.
Okay.
Here, I can share the pictures if you want.
I don't need to see the picture.
You don't need to see
From
it?
you, man.
Okay.
What about to show me recordings too?
I can.
I'm sure you can. Mr. Barker, will you get his address? So
Pardon?
Can you get his address?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the storm drains in the entrance. It's grasses and debris is washed down to where the inlets are on the storm drains. And some of them are 4 to 5 inches high of debris and silt or whatever, then grass is growing up there. It needs to be shoveled out, cleaned out. And that's what I know. I don't know if you may know something else.
Do you know?
So you can see it on Woodland Ridge, if you go down Woodland Ridge Drive, out there you can see.
Do you know if Dakota, it's been passed on to Dakota?
I haven't said anything to the coast.
Okay, well, I'll pass it on. Okay, anything else, John?
After that, I mean, I agree that it's a substantial issue, but the drainage is just part of it. We've got roads that are holding water substantially, and it's just not going in the drains. And so some of the roads we just recently patched, but the roads are still not up to par, and if the water doesn't go down the drains, then it's gonna tear up the roads in the long term. I mean, we've got to control the water before the water tears our roads up any further.
Can you control the rain?
We can control the flow of the water, that's the point of the subdivision regulations and the roads having a,
Anything else?
I can come up with something if I need to, but I'm good.
Okay, Mr.
I'd like to respond to part of that, Mayor.
Okay.
I've said this about 3 times, I'm gonna say it one more time. Each one of you has got a district. If you've got a problem in that district, you should be the one going looking at it. Now, you email me and give me a phone number and ask me to go talk to them. I'm a building inspector. I can go out there and look at it, and don't mind doing it, to save from having to call an engineer out here and pay him X number of dollars to see what I see, and I'll be glad to do that. But as far as talking to them people, that's your district, you should make that phone call, you talking about you supplying that phone number, you should make that phone call and find out how they feel about it and what the problem is. All I'm gonna do is go over there and make them mad, cause I'm gonna look and I'm gonna, if it's a city problem, it's a city problem. If it's their problem, I'm gonna tell them that. So I think the guy or the person that's in charge that's his district, I think he would be the point man on these complaints.
Well, see, I did make that contact, and then I forwarded on to you.
Forward it to me.
Right.
All right,
And I said, when somebody goes out there,
But
the
I
lady is
went
supposed to
to-
be contacted.
I went to the address that was on the list. That address didn't exist.
I gave you 343, it's actually 350.
You give me 340.
Right, but the correct thing is, did I give you the lady's number?
Well, let me.
You have the
Yes,
lady's
you
number.
did.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying, Jay.
Okay,
You should be the
contacted
one to
them, the day
contact
goes a
that
long
lady.
way, that's the only thing I'm saying.
Mr.
Well,
Margaret,
you want me to go over and talk to her, and I'm gonna make her mad, well,
But you're
Margaret,
right, they should go talk, if your district, you should go talk to those people in that area. That's not his
The
job.
problem is, I already went and talked. That's the
Okay.
thing. Just trying to push it on to somebody else.
I ain't trying to put
That's
you on
all.
nobody.
Yes,
That's
they
all right,
are.
we ain't gonna sit there and bash department heads.
Nobody's bashing anybody.
Well,
We're trying to get to.
you done had your chance to talk.
We're trying to get to a
Matt,
solution
You done had your chance to talk.
for
Darius
the
got
citizens, is what
something
we're
to say.
trying to do.
Let's move on. Darius?
Speaking about that though, I know we had that, where we just patched in, that strip in Sunrise on Starlight, and the water's backing up there. I know in the past, we've run into pushback from, the homeowners not wanting us to dig in their yard, because we're gonna have to, that's how we're gonna fix the drainage. But I just wanted to bring it up to, I feel like we're gonna have to do something, because we just paid all that money to fix it, and it's gonna be tore up again, because the water's sitting there, and it ain't getting fixed.
That's exactly right, that's been a problem for probably 15 or 20 years.
Right.
And we've got a quote on it. I think y'all read the quote, or had a quote on it. It's $40-something thousand. Now, they can get fixed, but y'all gonna have to be the one to prove it. I can't prove it.
Okay.
But we also have to get some of y'all citizens to get on board with it, because in some of these places where the water's holding the road, you know, we're gonna have to dig in the yard to fix that. And I know it ain't gonna be pretty, but in the long run, it'll work out. But I've talked to them on Starlight, and they're good, so we just gotta approve it. And then, when it comes to employee raises, man, it's kinda hard to give raises when we ain't got a budget, and everybody can't get on the same page. But I get, you know, it's, election season, so everybody's trying to, you know, put their 2 cents in. But my thing is, people are calling for raises, when right now we got part-time firefighters and part-time police officers that are not getting paid the same rate as the full-time guys. And now I know for a fact that a few firefighters don't even call in and come to shift no more because of that simple fact, that they're not getting the same pay rate, but they're doing the same job. And I just want everybody up here sitting on this board to sit here and think about, why would 2 guys that run up to the same fire not be making the same money? Yeah, they may not be getting the same insurance benefit, but why would they be not making the same money? I know if everybody hasn't been, you know, put in those type of situations, but the police and firefighters have not always been my number one priority. You know, as a veteran, that's what I got, that's what I care about is safety. And I feel like these guys are getting, you know, they're shorthanded already, and now they're having guys not even wanna show up because they're not getting paid what they deserve. And it ain't right.
One of the things when we met with, what was his name?
Joe.
Joe, he was gonna look at all of that with the budget and see where we were and what we could give,
Right.
concerning, employee raises. So I guess when we could reconnect with him, he'll let us know.
And that was the whole point of the budget meeting.
Right.
And it was during the day, but at the same time, and I'm guilty of it too, until probably here in about the last year and a half of, you know, being tied up during the day. But when you take the office, you taking the oath of, you're gonna make time to do what you swore to do. So, you can't make it an excuse saying it's during the day you're at work, when it's what you signed up to do. Because we can't make the company that we met with, we can't tell them to show up here at 6 o'clock. We're already paying them to show up, go over the books, get the budget ready.
All right, now I'm gonna open the floor up. the floor. You got-
Yes, I'd like to speak, if that's okay. I've got something that I'd like to read for the benefit of everybody here. I work in city government. I know on the outside looking in, it seems frustrating because it seems like stuff is slow moving. But speaking to the parking ordinance, I just want to make something clear to everybody here. If a city council doesn't follow the proper legal procedures outlined by state law for passing an ordinance, the ordinance can be deemed invalid. In Alabama, following proper procedures for passage of a permanent action is mandatory. Failure to follow these procedures means that the ordinance is invalid and cannot be enforced according to the Alabama League of Municipalities. If you're not familiar with what the Alabama League of Municipalities is, it's the governing board for these people sitting up here. It's the board that tells these people what they can and can't do. So if y'all did pass this ordinance without the proper procedure and you wrote tickets for it, all those people have to do is come to court and argue that the ordinance is not legal and the tickets do no good. So I would argue that the people that are preventing this parking ordinance are the ones that don't want to follow proper procedure. That's all I have to say.
Sheila, do you have anything to say?
We can't prevent the rain, but we can be better prepared for what's coming. Put a drain ahead of it where it's running downhill. Roads won't flood. With proper planning, it can be prevented. People won't get stuck. But what is it gonna have to take to get that?
Can I ask a question on what you're saying?
Mhm.
Okay, where you live, you purchased that home in that subdivision, right?
I live right
You
here.
purchased that home, so is that not something on the developer when they developed that property to where they didn't put in the proper drainage? You can't put everything back on the city when you chose to buy that home in that subdivision.
Who approved the developer?
Well, the city approved the developer, but they,
Right.
but still, but
It's
you
still their
have a choice to
responsibility.
buy that house, though.
It's
You
still
have a
their
choice.
responsibility.
No, okay, that's your opinion.
You're blocking the camera.
And when we spoke, where's the engineer?
I talked to the, department head. The engineer was going over to, what is, Sunrise. And he's supposed to be leaving there. The department head's supposed to be telling him when he left there to go to Allison Court.
Has it been here?
Okay.
What about the contractor that was hired over there? Who hired him?
You don't have a chance to talk, Jonathan. I got the floor open.
Well, you say you don't answer.
She doesn't want to.
Okay, Mr.
Wasn't
Anderson.
$4,000 spent of city money that wasn't approved?
Mister, you got something?
No, I'm good.
Sir? Okay. Brandon? Phyllis?
I'm good.
Joe?
Yeah, I have a lot to say. This is really, really, truly disappointing that this is a campaign platform. It's all that's happening is campaign. I can see that people are being brought in to say what somebody wants to be said, but there's nothing being done. Mr. Jean just pointed out to one of our councilors that it's not his job, and the council, well, I gave you his information. You tried to put it right back on the man that just told you that wasn't his job. We have councilors up here who are doing stuff, suing the city for different reasons, various reasons, and then they say they won't do stuff. They will bring up stuff that they know will not get passed, but they gotta show, cause it's gonna look good on camera for whoever they want to pat them on the back. But we're not doing anything for the city, not a thing. Just come in here, put on the show, leave. Or I'll be back in 2 weeks, I'll put my show on again. You're not doing anything for the city. It's not doing anything to make anybody look good. And you know that nothing's happening, but you want that. Pat on the back don't mean a thing until we get some laws and stuff passed. And if you don't sit there and try to work with the people that sit to the left or the right of you, we're not gonna get anything. So sitting up here trying to look good and pat yourself on the back is useless and worthless, and people come to the city and they complain what this city doesn't have. Well, that's a big news flash. When I moved out here, there wasn't no grocery store in this city. It's still not one here. I knew that when I moved here. I knew where I had to go to shop. I knew where I had to go get fast food. So we don't have any of this stuff. We can't be complaining too much that we don't have it until we start working on simple. Can I work with you? Can I work with you? Can I work with you? If you ain't gonna do that, ain't nothing gonna get done, and all you're gonna do is campaign stuff. And we don't need somebody just to sit up there and campaign stuff.
Amen.
So if you don't wanna do your job, just say you don't wanna do your job, because you're a council district. Your district, if the streets ain't fixed in your district, who are you talking to get it done? What were you bringing in besides coming up here and sit up there for 2 weeks and start pointing fingers? What have you brought? I haven't seen you bring anything in here, but I assure you, well, Mr. Jean, what do we got? Mr. Jean, Mr. Jean. Mr. Jean had told you, I'm not that. I'm a building inspector. If these subdivisions, the drainage is wrong, yeah, the city falls on it to get it, come back and get it done. If there's speeders in the neighborhood, it falls on the city to get it done. But in order to get it done, these 5 people that sit up there and 6 when Mr. Chapman is here, have to work together. And if you ain't gonna work with anybody, but just point fingers and try to get them to say something on camera so you can look good, you ain't doing that for the city. And we don't need it. That's what, I'm done.
David?
No, I'm done talking.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sir? Ma'am?
I don't know what the bridge, what district is that, and who's the council?
Ma'am, you got anything? Dino, you got it? Dino, you got anything? Okay. Sir?
No, I just done my own.
Okay. Ma'am?
No.
Sir?
No, he answered them all.
Okay. Sir? Sam?
No.
Reverend Bev?
Absolutely. I got some questions. My first question has to do with the current legal. I wasn't here when you started. And so it's my understanding that we have lost legal representation.
We have.
Does everybody understand why? Everybody understand why? No, it wasn't a lawsuit. There was a exchange between a councilman and the attorney. Understand, the attorney, let me tell you who he is. He has been an attorney in this community for almost 40 years. He's considered a leading attorney in the St. Clair County, Pell City region. You got 3 top law firms. He is one of the top 3. Number 2, he has in his firm probably the only Yale law graduate. Y'all listen to me. The Yale law graduate is in his firm in St. Clair County. Number 3, that lawyer is the only offensive lineman to be a Division I All-American, academic All-American that was a candidate for Rhodes Scholar. He's the only one in the history of UAB football. So we lost the law firm because we have a councilman that has not finished law school that had an exchange with our city attorney and told him unequivocally how wrong he was, to the point that the attorney, who has now resigned, but let me tell you why that's a problem for me. We live in a world where who you know has great influence. The top law firm in St. Clair County, from Pell City to Asheville, you don't have to take my word, look it up. Talk to the folk that work in law enforcement. Let's see what they're gonna tell you. So here we are now, so whoever you hire, and I do my own research, I got my own receipts. The top municipal firm in Jefferson County is Brad Ray. But please know that whoever this city hires, they gonna call Erskine. Y'all better hear what I'm telling y'all. They gonna call Erskine, they gonna say, Erskine, you've been attorney of the year in St. Clair County more than once. What you think about the city of Margaret? What you think Erskine gonna say? Everybody with me? Second concern I have is, and I can tell you right now, don't nobody speak for Clyde Beverly. Clyde Beverly speaks for himself. And everybody knows by now, I live in Brookhaven. And my representative is, in my opinion, the most difficult, vile person in this city. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because in an open city council meeting, he degraded me. And I told you as the mayor and everybody else, had I been here 2 years ago in the chair, I'd have censored him. Because Erskine told us, you can sue us, you just can't sue us from up there. But censor is real. Last observation. There's a video on YouTube where somebody videoed a city employee who was trimming grass on property, if I understand it correctly, that they are responsible for cutting and weeding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If a city employee is cutting grass on a setback that the city is required to cut, and there is a campaign sign on that property, normally the employee takes the sign down and stores it for the candidate to come get.
Any sign.
Any sign. Help me, I'm trying to understand.
You're correct, because when we used to have the food trucks and we would put the signs out, they would come get them, and we would have to go pick them up and put them back out when they get grass. So you're absolutely right. Yes.
So, if the employee moves the sign, which is within their right, who's authorized on the city council to go to the employee, to dictate to the employee and make a video accusing the employee of stealing? Sounds a little bit to me like harassment. Sounds a little bit to me like there's no protocol, either that or that person who represents that district is just ignorant.
Correct.
Last point. When you made the video, when the video became public, that employee has a right to take legal action against the city for harassment. You just don't walk up on people. You just ain't walk in here and tell Tisha what you think because you're on the city council. There's a protocol. I am concerned. I'm not gonna change. Margaret has a lot of issues. It's got a lot of challenges. This brother has been here longer than me, but Margaret's got a lot of issues. If you don't know the history of Margaret, you won't really understand how it got here. But I can assure you, I said it 2 years ago, and I say it again tonight. How this council collectively has struggled, and where Margaret is tonight, without legal representation, and in the middle of serious litigation, $250,000, just settled $40,000 from a council person who's threatening more legal action? Come on, y'all. We can do better than that. And I stand with the city employee who was harassed. And something ought to be done about it. Now, y'all may not do nothing about it, but something gotta be done about this chaos. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm doing good. It's so good to see y'all here.
All right.
say this city cannot move forward with the lawsuit that it's on Margaret. We done had 3 or 4 lawsuits from the same person. You know, and what I heard, there's another one pending to lawsuit. This is our money. We are not truthful, we're not Moody, we are Margaret. I've been here 70 years and I love it.
Dale? Okay.
I can say that. You know, it's getting frustrating now because since day one, since I've been here, the first 15, 20 minutes me being in with you, I get a call from the 1033, and that's what people fed up with stuff, saying it was stolen or missing guns in the property. They told me who called, but once I got that rectified, now one time that person came and said they was sorry. Number 2, I have to deal with people on a one-on-one basis every day. When it came to the speeding up here off Sturdy place, we on the road, we don't want, we'll however it went. I had to make a decision. I put cameras up there, just to monitor the traffic. I was told I was violating Fourth Amendment rights. Fourth Amendment rights is talking about searches and seizures. I ain't searching out, I ain't trying to seize them from Sturdy place. I had Councilman Torrey Richard get up under the thing, take a picture, trying to see what brand camera I was using. Okay? I found out yesterday, Councilman Torrey Richard talked to somebody about my personal business. I found out yesterday. Even with that being said, I still try to work throughout this problem. But then you bring people here to quarterback your complaints. That's all it is, get somebody quarterback and talking for you. But when people come to me talking about problems with speeding, anything dealing with the dog, I don't kick the can, I try to do all I can, okay? Well, how can you do anything when you get shot down on everything you do? So I want everybody to realize something. I'm trying to do a job. It's obvious, y'all see what's coming from now. The shoe fit wide. Now, bringing my personal business with, even when my kids get involved in it, now you jump from, that's cowardice to me. Because I never would bring anybody's family into anything I got going on when it comes down to my job. When I got called yesterday from a reliable source, stayed in his district, and he put my personal business out there, which was a lie. But that's what I had to go through on a day-to-day basis. I know they didn't want me here, but I'm here.
No, we want you here.
We want you here. They don't want you here, but I want you here. We want you here.
Hey, my thing is, if you go to these different Facebook things, look at the comments. If I want to do my job, they would be bashing me, but I didn't go one person, 2 people bashing me. But that's throwing a rock behind your hand. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it's hard for me to do my job when I don't have the support. So, it's getting frustrating now. And I got everything's politics right now.
Y'all back it.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I do have something I want to say. Just to kind of piggyback off of what other people have said in regards to this city. A lot of us have lived here for a very long time. I know a lot of you, or some of you, have moved here into the new subdivisions, but what you've got to realize, you've got people here that sit on that council that truly love this city. And you've got people that's sitting on that council that are just there just to be there and to cause chaos like what we've seen. When you come to the,
You're speculating.
Hey, she got the
Wait a
floor.
minute, did I?
Tap.
She didn't
Tap.
interrupt you.
Why, and let me say this, since you wanna throw me out, the city needs to send you a citation to clean up your yard, so leave me alone. Leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone.
Finish speaking.
She didn't
No
interrupt
one
you.
interrupted you. She can.
No one interrupted you.
So you can turn around.
I'm gonna give you my full attention.
Okay, well, don't say anything to me unless I say something to you. But what I'm saying is, if you all can't work together up there as a council, there's no way the city is gonna be able to move forward. You've got four
That's true.
that's trying to do something, and then every time something comes up, you've got two that always got something to say. I mean, if there's an issue, what's your solution for the issue? It's always an issue, but you never have a solution for it. You just wanna sit up there and rant off and throw out laws and throw out what somebody hasn't done or what somebody hasn't said. And it's just, to me, I feel like it's so disrespectful to people that are older than you, the way that some of you talk to them is very disrespectful. Namely, Mr. Barker, and also Reverend Beverly, and also Erskine when he was here. It was very disrespectful how he was spoken to, and he's an attorney, but you contradict what he's saying, and he has the law degree. So I just wanna see the city come together. Like he said, there's a lot of politicking going on in here, people getting up, reading stuff that they've been told to say. All this stuff on Facebook, all it's doing is causing chaos and confusion in the community, and that's not what we want. For the ones that have been here for years, we don't want that. And like he said, when he moved out here, there was no grocery store, there was no this and there was no that. When you bought your house out here, you knew that stuff wasn't here. You knew it wasn't here. So tell me, why did you move here if you didn't like what you saw when you bought your house?
That's true.
So that's all I have to say. I mean, it's just really getting to the point where it's horrible the way Margaret is depicted right now. This is not the city that we grew up in. It's not the city that we grew up in, and we don't like it. We do not like it. I brought up 2 weeks ago at council meeting, I live in the older community of Margaret. We have roads that need to be repaired, and it's predominantly black in our area. And ever since we've been talking about repairing the roads, we've gotten pushback from the two on the end, mainly Matt. He won't vote for it because he said he needed some additional information from the engineer. The engineer brought the information and he still won't vote for it. So why can't we get our roads fixed? Why can't we get this stuff done at the park? So the park is for the entire community. It's not just for us, it's for the whole city of Margaret. A lot of people use that park. The kids play ball up there at that park, they practice. So it's a lot of things that park can be used for. But again, until they come together and stop bickering every time a topic comes up or every time you don't have what you want on the agenda, then it's not gonna move forward. So that's all I have to say.
I agree with Ms. McIntyre, like, this thing going too far with the bickering, cause now, I just put it out there, I forgot to say it when I had my turn, but there are some good people that work for this city, and the direction it's heading right now,
We're gonna lose.
I'm telling you, not having who you want in the mayor's seat is gonna be the least of your worries. I'm talking about department heads will be walking, employees will be walking. This is not hearsay, this is talking, a hostile work environment has been created. People are not happy to come to work no more, they're nervous, they're on the toes all the time. And it's being created throughout, you know what I'm saying, these are guys who've been here 10 plus years, or coming up on 10 years, so, I mean, most of them live out here, so they love it. But it's also, you know, you guys can't do their jobs while they're being criticized all the time. And then I'll say I can't speak for nobody else up here, but I can speak for myself of how it's become a hostile work environment. Because I have had 3 ethics complaints filed against me. So, and Matt likes to talk about process, so what that means is that person makes a call to Montgomery, they send investigators out, they come do their investigation, you get followed, you don't know you're being followed, and then you get talked to. 3 of them. And I'm still sitting up here. One of them was what involved me and Chief, and that came directly from Matt Torrisi. And then it came with, I didn't live in the district, and that came from Matt Torrisi. But these are no grounds, and it's just, at some point it's gotta stop, like, bringing people's families, kids, wives, bringing that stuff, it's like I understand, the way I look at it, this ain't DC. This is Margaret. We're trying to keep it great, you know what I'm saying, and build and have a great community, you know, feel to it. But you got people's kids being brought into it, you know what I'm saying, they're having to talk to other kids at school because of Facebook or, you know, the news or whatever, man. And I am transparent. I've made my mistakes. I've let my anger get the best of me. But, you know, there's context to everything. You know what I'm saying? And I drew the line at a point of, I stand up for guys that don't really much have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And I will stand up for my family regardless. And anybody that's putting their life on the line every day, I will. So I would like for us, and I just want everybody to get out and vote. You know what I'm saying? This ain't my place, man. Because I mean, I'm gonna support whoever. Because Margaret, at the end of the day, it's not like if somebody else wins, they're gonna move out the next day. I want everybody to start working together and get back to what it was before almost 2 years ago was when it started going downhill. And then everybody, I'm telling you, people that are making promises, like, y'all ain't seen these budgets, we don't even have a budget, we're still working on it. Y'all ain't seen these accounts, like, y'all making promises that it just ain't gonna happen. It ain't realistic. We need to really think about getting severe roads fixed that are used by more than just a subdivision. And we need to think about our first responders and our employees that are in here doing more than one person's job. That's all.
So I wanna say something about the budget. When we met a few weeks ago about that, the city had a clean audit, no discrepancies. And those who were in attendance, we gave the auditor some items, action items that we wanted him to like look at as far as the roads, salaries, and different items that we want to know what we can do. So it's not like it's not being done. We met with the auditor and we gave him some action items and we're just waiting to hear back from him. So.
Okay, that's all. This, need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.